Welcome to the amazing Trumpcast. Testing. We're testing. Okay. Welcome to the first ever Trumpcast. DonEld Trump, the President of the United States. I love how that sounds, by the way. The POTUS, okay? I love it. The first presidential podcast of all time. I mean, podcasts are a recent thing. Pretty recent, relatively, okay? And we're going to do a podcast here in the Oval Office, because where else would you do it? And we're going to do it every week, folks. And in between, we're going to do a lot of clickbait videos, because that's how we roll. We're doing clickbait, because here is why. The same reason we're doing clickbait is the same reason that I want to do this podcast. And I finally pulled the trigger. A big, big trigger, believe me. Is because the American people deserve to hear from their president, their leader, on a consistent basis, off script and off the media, off TV. With this, I have control. Okay? And so, here we are in the Oval Office. And we're sitting here. I have two guests. Well, Cody, we'll get to introductions in a minute, but Cody just graduated college. He's going to be my assistant. He's going to Google things for me, look things up. Okay, I got that idea from Joe Rogan. He has one of those. I don't know his name, but I know that Joe Rogan is a popular. They told me, Joe Rogan, such a popular podcast. I said, it's going to be the second most popular podcast very, very soon. Because the American people, I think they want to hear from me directly. About me, about my life, and about the issues they see in the media, and they're lied to a lot. And we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it openly and freely, and hopefully have some fun, right? Okay. And here's the thing. We want to rank. We want people to hear this. So go ahead and comment down there. Comment on other people. Even if you don't like me, go and say, I don't like Trump. Because we need the comments, folks. Go in the description. Read everything. Okay? Just be a good person. And go ahead and like this. Thumbs up this video. Thumbs it up. If you thumbs it down, I really don't care. Okay? But I'd rather you thumbs up because I want to reach other people. If you hate me, don't be selfish. Many people need to hear from me and would love to hear from me. So thumbs up. I'm not spending a dime of the American people's money on marketing for this. So everybody share the load, okay? So today we have the other guest, our own, well, really Cody's not a guest, okay? No offense, Cody. But we have Frank Fuckers. That's his actual name. I met him on the campaign trail. And Frank, it's a pleasure to have you here. And I think this podcast is a great thing. This should be a good thing. Really, I do believe it.
I personally think it's gonna work, Donald. I think, it might bring people together. Country, man. A lot of people ain't getting along, and I think a lot of that because of the media talking about you. So I think it's gonna be a good thing, Donald.
Well, thank you, Frank. Thank you so much, Frank. This is why I brought him on the show. Okay, believe me. It's true though. I want to unify. Okay, we're gonna unify. I want the other people to know who I am, and other people, they want to know me better. Okay, they're gonna know me better through the podcast. And here we can say whatever we want. And the reason we can say whatever we want is first because I'm the president of the United States. Okay, f***ing believe it. Okay. The second reason we can do anything we want is because technically I'm not Donald J. Trump. I'm DonEld Trump. DonEld. Can you believe this? That's the persona that I'm going to do on YouTube. First of all, thank you so much, YouTube. YouTube is an amazing company. Good friends with the CEO. Believe me. YouTube is an amazing, amazing company. And that's why I chose the platform. And also, with clickbait and other things, we can reach so many different people. If you put my name and anything, Trump says this, Trump says that, you're going to get so many views. And that's what we're going to do, folks. Okay? So sorry. Sorry about the clickbait, but we're going to have to do it. Because we have to do it. Because the country needs it. The country needs to know how much I really care and how much I do love everybody. Okay? I'm a unifier. I'm very, very much so. Very much so unifying. Okay. But I do the DonEld. I do the DonEld because of obvious legal reasons. I have 25 lawyers, okay? Believe me, 25. And many of them are named Donald. And the most unbelievable, badass lawyer that I've ever had. This man, they call him Straight-Faced Don, okay? His name's Donald, of course, of course. What else? What other name? It's a beautiful name. And he says to me, and I brought this up, I says, I want to do a podcast, okay? But I'm not going to do it as the president. I want to do it so people think it's not me, okay? They think it's a joke or whatever. But they know it's me, but for legal reasons, it's not me, okay? It's DonEld with an E. And he said to me, first of all, this man is a straight face. He always, folks, always has an amazing straight face. It's just unbelievable. It really is. I went to this man's wedding. Of course, he invited me. We're great friends. He's my lawyer, but we're great friends, believe me. We made a lot of money together and saved a lot of money together, believe me. He made a lot of money, okay? Believe me. But this man, I went to his wedding, and he had the straightest face. His lips are like, it's almost perfect. It's a perfect ray, okay? I know geometry. It's a ray. It's unbelievable. And this man, his face is so straight. They said, kiss the bride. And the bride kisses him. His wife, or his future wife, okay? I don't know the order of the ceremony. Believe me, I haven't paid attention for 3 times. Believe me, okay? I just want to get it over with. All I'm thinking is prenup, right? But what? His wife kisses him on the cheek. He's looking straight down the aisle, straight-faced. And his wife kisses him on the cheek. I couldn't believe it. And I said before the wedding, I said, this man is the most straight-faced man I've ever met in the world. He's the most straight-faced man in the world. And people said, no, there's got to be somebody else, 8 billion people, right? And, okay, after the wedding, they said, Donald, you're so right. You've never been more right. And I said, I have been more. I'm right. There's no levels to being right. I'm usually right, right? Okay. And they said, Donald, you're right. This man is unbelievable. He didn't even crack a smile at his own wedding. And when I brought up this idea about the E in the Donald, he told me, this man cracked a smile. I saw a smile crack at the edge of his cheek, okay? His cheek lifted a little bit, okay? And he said, Donald, coming from a Donald, you are a genius. You are the best Donald because of this. I didn't think of this. I'm a lawyer, and I didn't think of this, to change your name to with an E. Okay, so we're going to do Donald. It sounds like Donald. It's Donald. For all intents and purposes, it's Donald. Okay, believe me. And so we're going to do the Donald thing with the E. DonEld. So my name is DonEld Trump. DonEld. Space. Big space, believe me. Great space. Space is amazing. Trump. Trump. Okay? That's my name, and I'm sticking to it. And for that reason, I'll say whatever I want on this podcast. I'm going to say whatever I want. And, of course, there's an extent to saying whatever I want because, folks, there's other factors. I want to live. I like my life, okay? It's a great life. Best businessman, a beautiful businessman, successful business and brand. The Trump name is associated with success and brilliance, honestly. It's an amazing thing. All my family, even Barron, okay, he's a genius, okay? And now I'm the president. So it doesn't get much better of a life, okay? Billions of dollars, and you're in the White House. By the way, I have houses that are much better than the White House, believe me. Nothing against the White House, okay? I have beautiful, beautiful properties. And if you're looking to buy them, you can call Don Jr. Believe me, call Don Jr. I haven't been doing any business, okay? So I am DonEld Trump, and I'm here to tell America many things. So right now I just want to introduce my group, okay? Well, it's not a group, okay? I have a guest. I'm going to do this every week. We're going to do this podcast every week. We're going to release it every Tuesday, okay? Because Tuesday is an amazing day. Luke Corns does Tuesday. Okay, obviously I hire an expert for YouTube. And he says, I told him, when does Luke Corns, because I heard Luke Corns does a video every week. I said, when does Luke Corns do his video? He said Tuesday. I said, we're going to do Tuesday, because Tuesday must be the day. Okay? It's an amazing thing. He also advised me, and this is coming from the White House too, believe me, other people. They tell me, DonEld, you do need somebody there, okay? Most podcasts have an assistant, okay? And you do the assistant, and he helps you with things, maybe Googles things for you, because you're going to be talking a lot. I love talking. I love talking. It's an amazing thing. And usually, things that come out of my mouth are genius. Everything I say is it's unprecedented. Sometimes when I say things, I'm saying, oh my gosh, DonEld, you're just such a smart person. It's just so amazing. But, so we have Cody here, okay? Cody, introduce yourself, Cody.
Well, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Trump, for this opportunity. My name is Cody. For now, I will leave it at that. My name is Cody. I want to see how this podcast goes first before I release my last name, because I would like to release my whole name, because I would enjoy that amount of Instagram followers potentially. But for now, my name is Cody. I was born in Philadelphia, raised. Yes, I am a Meek Mill fan, and I'm happy about the Super Bowl. And I just graduated college, and I was hired by the White House as an intern, and I was chosen for this podcast. So it's an honor to be here in the Oval Office, and I hope to make Mr. Trump proud and make America proud, and do my best work here, and do what I can. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so Cody, yes. Cody is basically an intern, okay? Where did you go to school, Cody?
I went to Yale.
Unbelievable. Yale, okay? Yale. I would have picked Wharton if I were you. I think Yale's probably second or third place, okay? I went to Wharton School of Finance, the best business school in the world. But Yale is an amazing school. It's funny because Cody, you don't know what you're doing, right? You don't know what you're doing.
Well, I realized that I took this internship because it was offered to me. Yes, I really don't know what my future holds for me.
Oh, of course. Well, of course. Stick around me, Cody. We're going to make great things happen for you. But just don't, Cody, please, don't prevent me from saying great things. Because I know that's what they're telling you to do. They're telling you, folks, listen, I have nothing against Cody. Obviously, I barely know him. We just talked before this because I didn't really pick my... No offense, Cody, no offense. I didn't really pick you. I don't know. Maybe I would have picked you, okay? Maybe I would have picked you.
No harm done, Mr. President.
The thing is this. I know what they're doing. They're trying to prevent me from saying amazing, amazing things. Because when I say the truth, they don't like it. They really don't like it. They don't like the truth, folks. And when I say they, we'll be talking about who they are, okay? And many of you know, because many of you are, quite frankly, smart, okay? Most Americans are very, very smart. There's not smart people, okay? A lot of people not smart, but that's okay. Wiseness and smartness are two different things, believe me.
Mr. Trump, wiseness is a word, but smartness is not a word.
No, okay. See, this is what I'm talking about, Cody. Wiseness and smartness, okay? Those are words.
They're actually
Excuse
not
me.
words. They're not.
Excuse me, no, excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Listen, Those are words. They have to be. If they're not words, they're words now. I'm the president, okay? No, they're words now. I'm going to give one call to Webster. What is it?
It's Merriam-Webster.
Okay, right. I'm going to give one call to them, and we'll do it. And it's going to be an amazing word. It's going to be the best word. If it's not a word, and they'll say, Donald Trump invented the word. Because it was stupid. Shakespeare didn't even think of it, but Donald did. Okay, and then the other guest, this week's guest, in honor of 4th of July, I brought on one of the most proud Americans of all time. Believe me this. His name is Frank Fuckers. What an amazing name. Fuckers, okay? I can't believe it. Frank, can you explain where your name came from? Where did the name Fuckers come? I mean, come on. What are we talking about? Frank Fuckers. That sounds like a fake name, Frank. Honestly, quite frankly.
What are you talking about, quite frankly?
Oh, okay. Quite frankly is something I always say. Okay, frankly. Frankly, I don't like your head. No, I'm not going to get upset with you, Frank. You're an amazing person. Please, introduce yourself, Frank.
Well, anyway, my name Fuckers comes from my great-grandfather, which, by the way, served in the Civil War and World War One. And his name was Fucker from Ireland, and it turned out that when he came to the United States, he just called it Fuckers. And he had no idea about, when people say, oh, you're a bunch of fuckers. I don't know. We just kind of embraced it because people loved it. And I said, you know what? We're going to go with it. And my parents named me Frank because 2 F's make a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Frank Fuckers, here I am. Yeah, it sounds like I should have like an infomercial or something.
Amazing American. Unbelievable. No, it's an amazing thing. Frank is a great guy. We met on the campaign trail. And tell everybody where you're from. Tell everybody where you're from. They'll never believe this.
I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
This man is from Iowa. Can you believe it? Iowa, okay? Iowa, okay, at first, listen, I love the state of Iowa. I might buy a farm there eventually, okay? Probably won't live there, but I might buy one just to say I bought one in Iowa. Because it's an amazing, amazing state. It's a beautiful state. And I've been to Cedar Rapids, where Frank is from. Not many people, okay, Frank, honestly, let's be honest. You sound like you are from the deep south. You sound like if Louisiana broke off from an earthquake and went even farther south, that's where you sound like you're from.
I don't know what you're trying to say here.
Okay, I mean nothing by it, okay? All I'm saying is you sound very southern, okay? You sound like Larry the Larry the Cable Guy, okay? Or is he the electrician or whatever? Wouldn't that be funny? Larry the electrician. No, it's not the same. Larry the Cable Guy. Is that his name? Weird name, okay? But you sound like him. I mean, he's probably from Alabama, Mississippi, right? Wouldn't you say?
He's actually from Nebraska. He was raised on a pig farm.
Okay, Cody, thank you. He was born in Nebraska, and he was raised on a pig farm, okay?
Well, I'll be f***ing damned. I was raised on a pig farm, too.
Okay, Frank. Well, that explains a lot. That also, it must be the pigs. It must be the pigs. But I'm okay. Hogs and pigs, they can be two different things. I don't know. It's all sausage to me, right? It's all really. It really is. I don't know what animal they use for the sausage McMuffin at McDonald's, but let me tell you, it's an amazing, beautiful, beautiful thing. Cody, thank you, though. But Nebraska is even with Iowa. So maybe I'm wrong. I assumed that Larry the Kid, I thought he was from at least Georgia, okay? Probably Alabama would have been my guess. Alabama or Mississippi or Louisiana. I mean, I'm going with the most South states, okay? I'm from New York. I don't know anything about this, okay? But anyway, Frank, you're an amazing person, and I did choose you to be on the show. I said, give me a very good American for the first show because this is released the day before 4th of July. And so, let's talk about the 4th. Listen, I love the 4th of July. And many people don't realize that the 4th of July is my favorite holiday. They don't really. They probably think, well, Christmas is Donald's favorite holiday because he probably a bunch of rich friends with gifts. Listen, Christmas. I love Christmas. Okay, when we're talking about Christmas, you're talking about a Christian holiday, and I love Christ. I love Jesus, and I love the Bible.
Amen.
And I love Christianity in general. Okay, but it's almost like you can't pick Christmas as your favorite holiday because you just can't, because it's fundamental. Okay, but as an American, first and foremost, I love America. Okay,
Got that right. USA, baby.
I love the 4th of July. And no, I don't blow off fireworks.
Damn,
No,
Donald.
I don't blow up. No, I don't. Because
Why?
fireworks, to me, quite frankly, are stupid. I really think
Stupid?
fireworks are ridiculous. Why would you want to pay money to blow things up? And by the way, this is the real reason I don't like fire. This is the real reason. They're all made in China.
Now that makes sense.
All made in China. China. They're all made in China. I like China. They say I don't like China, but I love China. But it's that China, okay? They make... Think about this. We're celebrating the independence of the United States. And we're buying these products. The main thing around the 4th of July is a product from China. From China, folks. This is unbelievable. I can tell you that American flags, many American flags, are made in China. Honestly, I could puke right now on live, okay? I could puke. This is unbelievable.
It is. It's bullshit,
Because
Donald.
it's just...
Chinese American flags.
Yes, Frank, I know you're an expert in American flags.
I dabble.
You are. That's one of the reasons you brought an American flag to one of my speeches in Cedar Rapids, and you talked about how passionate you are about flags.
I brought that flag, Mr. Trump, was the American flag that my great-granddaddy used. He flew it in World War I. He lost his leg in World War I. He hobbled around the rest of his life. And guess what? He used an American flag on a pole as his cane. He had no leg. Used an American flag as his leg. I could cry thinking about it, Donald. And that's why to this day, and of course he didn't let it touch the ground or nothing. He would have burned it, you know. But to this day, I'm very passionate about American flags. And when I see an American flag that isn't stitched, I hit that person in the face, Donald. I'll say it on live. I'll say it on live right now. I am so sick and tired of these shit American flags. If you see there's 13 stripes, right? Then in between those stripes, there should be stitches on each stripe. That's a real cloth American flag. If it feels like plastic, it is. It's definitely from China. And to have a Chinese American flag, I mean, it's just, what the f*** are you doing? F***ers?
Okay, that's amazing. Frank, that is an amazing, amazing thing. But I just want to say that folks, go ahead and buy your fireworks, but I think eventually we're going to have to slow it down. I would love to see us make the fireworks in the United States. If we made some fireworks in the U.S. and we just legalized them, okay, then it's fine. It's an amazing thing. It's a beautiful thing. You're celebrating the United States. And folks, listen, I would love to legalize fireworks. And I think that would help us, actually,
Would be great.
manufacture them in the United States. And here's the thing. If a few people blow up, okay, that's just the cookie, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay?
I love
First
cookies.
of all, the people who die from fireworks are probably drunk. They're probably
they
drinking
are now.
alcohol. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of alcohol. I didn't say that on the campaign trail, right? Because a lot of people are drinking.
I was drunk when I met you.
But I just wanted to say that people say, oh, well, people die, okay. Well, you know what? People die all the time. People die from refrigerators falling on them. Are we supposed to ban refrigerators? I don't think so. I don't think we will because people like cold food, okay? They like to store their food. This is not the ancient times. Even in the ancient, I bet you Romans had some kind of icebox, okay? Believe it. And here's the thing. I just don't think a few deaths qualify for illegalizing fireworks. Can you believe that? Otherwise, alcohol should be illegal too. Alcohol probably kills. Like I said, you're drinking and then you get blown in the face with a fucking bottle rocket. Okay. That would probably not even hurt, actually, bottle rockets. Okay. Enough about the fireworks. Let's talk about the logo that we have and some future things with this podcast. First of all, I love the logo. I'm a logo person. I'm a branding person. The name Trump will be beautiful everywhere you go. Believe it. It's such an amazing name. And the name Trump, I'm a branding expert. Okay? That's how I got elected. It's because of the tremendous branding. Why do you think I picked Pence? Mike Pence, okay? Mike Pence. 2 syllables. But on the sign it says Trump Pence. Both 5 letters. And on a sticker and on a sign, it looks so good and it sounds good. 2 syllables. Trump Pence. If it says Trump Giuliani, it would be awful. Awful. Too many letters on the bottom. It's bottom heavy. It's long. It's okay. Trump Pence. It sounds very American. It's very on point. It's just a great thing. And that's why that's a huge reason I got elected. I mean, Pence is okay. He's an alright guy. Believe me. He's a little bit crazy, folks. You ever look at him? Really, he looks like a Barbie doll. You know, that you polish his hair. It's unbelievable. Honestly, he's creepy. He's creepy. He's a little bit creepy. But he can speak. He's a speaker. People love him. The people love him, okay? I win Indiana because of him. But honestly, anyway, it's all about the branding. Our branding for this, first of all, Trumpcast is the name. Trumpcast. It's one word. You don't capitalize this. It's Trumpcast. Okay? And it's a beautiful name. I think the name is... we thought about many names. Trump Podcast, Donald Trump Podcast. Trumpcast. It's very short. It's simple. Okay? And honestly, I think it's a great word. Trumpcast. And also, it doesn't highlight the fact that I'm doing Donald with an E. But the Trumpcast and also the actual logo and the main logo. Okay, folks, you know what you're probably looking at it right now. It's me with Thug Life glasses on. I know what those are. Those are Thug Life glasses. I know what they are. Those glasses look so tremendous on me. They're great. And I think we'll have millions and millions and millions of views because of that thumbnail. Just because of the and we're going to do clickbait, okay? I already apologize. We're doing clickbait. Because we have to do the clickbait, folks. We have to. We have no options, okay? Because I need the American people to hear what is being said. I haven't even started to talk about some juicy things, folks. Okay, but we're going to talk about many tremendous things. And one thing I can tell you is this. I love the Thug Life glasses because, honestly, I think many people don't understand this. Thug Life really, honestly, was popularized or came to be because of Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur. What an amazing person. I absolutely love Tupac. Tupac, if you look back on his life now, he was a poet. He was a revolutionary. He was an amazing man. And I'm pretty sure... Yes, that's Cody. You're awesome. It's great. He's a great person. I don't blame him. I'm a huge fan as well. And Tupac, the thing about him was he had balls. He wasn't scared of anybody. And honestly, it got him killed. In fact, it got him killed. But I was great friends with Tupac. Well, we met a few times. Right? I wouldn't consider us amazing friends, but if I meet you and we get along, we're friends. I told him, I love what you're doing, And I love when he was pissing off the media and the feds, and I just loved it. I loved it. It's one of my pastimes too, is to piss off the media and the feds. So now I guess I am the feds, okay? Whatever. I'm just doing this for the American people. It's actually a pain in my ass to work with these people every day. But Tupac is awesome. He was awesome. And life too short. Too short. And he's really the true originator of Thug Life. So that's in his honor, is the Thug Life glasses. And of course, the gold chain, or whatever chain it is. I don't really wear chains, but I'm a gold kind of guy. Everything in my life is gold. I mean, I have a gold personality. My looks are gold. My record is W's all across the board since I was born. My father couldn't believe it when I bought my first building in Manhattan. He couldn't believe it. He said, Trump. He said, well, he didn't call me Trump, believe me. Okay. His name was Trump. He was the original Trump, right? He said, Donald, you can do you will not shock me anymore. Anything you do, anything you touch turns to gold. Unbelievable. It's like your Midas. Okay, I know what Midas is. Okay, yes, right? Yes, Midas. You know that, Cody. You took that class. You probably took that class. Maybe not at Yale, right? They don't want to talk about things like that at Yale. They're too busy talking about boring things. Well, no, Wharton was fantastic. Wharton was much better. Listen, Yale's great, okay? Why are we talking about this? So the logo is beautiful. It's very simple. Amazing American flag in the background. Yes, indeed, yes. I'm glad we have your approval, Frank. And I love the logo, folks. And I absolutely love the name. And so really the motivation behind it was a catchy thumbnail. Let's be honest. I want people to see this, and they don't believe it's me. They actually don't believe it's me, and I want them to understand. So when we get people to click based on the thumbnail and some clickbait, then it's a good thing for the country. It's a great thing for the country, and moving forward, even be better. We're going to be raising money. Because, folks, quite frankly, we have some work to do. Okay, we could get some better mics in here. We can get some better people. Nothing against you, Frank. You're my best guest so far, but quite frankly, you came for free. Okay, but anyway, because I'm not going to spend my money on this, obviously, and I'm not going to spend the United States money because we spend too much money. We're losing billions and billions as we speak, folks. We're in trillions and trillions of debt. It's unbelievable. And so we're not going to spend a dime on this. I borrowed this microphone from Barron. So technically, I mean, Barron had a podcast set. Barron was going to do it. Okay, Barron, whatever he does, Melania buys him whatever. So technically, I really did buy these microphones. I bought this setup, technically. I said, Barron, you're not going to do a podcast, okay? You're 10 or 11. I don't even know. He's like anywhere from 8 to 12, whatever. I have too many kids. I'm too busy making the country great again to know my kids' ages, okay? I say happy birthday. We don't need to talk about the age. I barely know what age I am, okay? I think I'm like around 70, give or take a few years. Who cares? Who cares about these things, folks? So, let's talk about some juicy stuff. The two things I want to talk about are the immigration thing that's been going on. Unbelievable. Folks, the media is out of control. They're so tough on me. They are so out of control that with the lies and the fake news, and we do many, many things to try to prevent it, believe me. And they're just so stupid. But they're weak. They're weak. My true supporters, they know what's really going on. They know they're trying to trap me, the media. But in the end, I want to explain it all on this podcast. This is the whole reason for this podcast. Okay? So, first of all, the immigration thing, it doesn't really matter where these people come from. I don't care where they're coming from, because they try to make it racist. They try to make me see. Folks, I so wish that I was not so fucking white. I'm so tremendously white. I am whiter than white itself. Listen, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars. I hired experts and DNA people. And they told me, Donald, you have no trace of anything. There's no trace of anything. It's almost like my great-great-grandfather spontaneously combusted in the middle of the United States. Because, honestly, there's like no trace of anything. I'm completely white. It's unbelievable. I wish I was a little... folks, I'm straight. Look at Melania. I'm so straight. I love women. And by the way, I never grabbed a woman by the pussy. Never have I done that. Never have I done that. That was just locker room talk, folks. And quite frankly, the liberals exposing that and the media exposing that won me the election because I was able to bring the women that Bill Clinton totally assaulted to the debate. And Hilary brings it up and she says, "Oh, you're going to grab me by the pussy." I said, "Hilary, believe me, I would never even think about grabbing you by the pussy. I don't even want to touch you on the elbow, okay? I don't even want to touch you at all. I don't even want to be near you. Because when you exhale and I inhale at the same time, that's an awful experience. Awful experience. Believe me. Now, listen. That is so awful. It is. It is. But what I want to say about this is that was just locker room talk. And then Hilary brings it in to a different level. And then I say, okay, well, we're going to talk about assaulting women, sexual assault. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Okay, you stayed with Bill. Look at Bill. He's in there. Bill, by the way, at the debate, he looked like he was going to die any minute. He looked like he was going to have a heart attack. Maybe it's because he saw those women. He saw what I was going to do. I scared the shit out of Bill, believe me. Bill doesn't like me at all. We don't get along. Because I tell the truth, folks. And I know that he's a rapist. They say he's a sexual assault. He's a rapist, okay? He's a rapist at the best. He's the best of them. He's a tremendous rapist.
Mr. Trump, that's. I have to step in here. I just, you can't say that. You're ranking rapists. You're making being a good rapist the most bad.
That's not bad to say.
Why?
He was good at raping.
It is.
Because he was. If you have levels of rape, okay, 1 to 10, he's a better rapist. Who was a better rapist? Who was a more successful rapist? He raped so many women for years and nothing happened. And finally he got caught and still did not get impeached. That is just, that to me, I know I will never get impeached because I will never do anything worse than what he did.
I don't know there, Donald. I'm pretty worried about you here with this immigration stuff they've been talking about with the cages and kids and cages and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, obviously you'd have to do a lot more for impeachment, but they're really after you, Donald. They really are.
But this immigration stuff, they waited, okay? They waited to bring this up for me. They waited to bring it up after the Kim Jong Un meeting, the North Korean meeting where I basically saved the world with the assistance of Dennis Rodman, of course. And they waited to bring it up a day, 2 days after this monumental deal in my career. Probably the best moment of my entire life. Okay? I'm like saving the world here. And then they bring this up. They use this. Oh, they said, "Oh, we're finally gonna do it. We're gonna bring it up. Okay, we're gonna bring it up." And I just want to ask you, Frank, what's your opinion? What's your take on what's going on with this at the border?
Well, first of all, I mean, I'm not a big fan of letting anybody in the country. What's the point of having a country in the first place? You don't let everybody in. Second of all, I don't know. I just see that American flag, and I'm so passionate about it. I just don't want no refugees in this country either. And here's my thing. With, obviously, they talk about the cages and, kids and getting separated from their parents and all that. First of all, they breaking the law coming in here illegal like that, all right? Second of all, with these cages and all, I bet you they've been doing that for years, and now they can try to put dirt on you, Trump. That's what's going on, Donald. That's what I think. Because at the end of the day, fuckers are Frank fuckers, are breaking the law. They're coming in here, barging in. That's why you should build that wall, because they talk about these cages. You know, it's just, I don't even know now. They're just trying to corner you. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new.
It's true. It's so true. Frank, you are so right. And that's why you're on the show right now. You're an amazing person, Frank. You are so accurate. I mean, think about this. You brought up the cages. The cages were something, okay? This is the whole issue, right? They said, oh, they're in cages. And they're separated. The kids are separated. There was a picture from 2014. The year 2000 plus 14 years. The liberals don't understand this. I have to break it down to them, okay? Jesus, okay, they say, wasn't Jesus born year 1 or something like that? So 2,000 years after. 2014 years after Jesus. Maybe they'll get that, okay? But many of them are atheists.
Being atheist is like sucking the devil's dick.
It's a damn, no, it is. It's unbelievable. It's a shame. But here's the thing. Listen, Jeff Sessions, he comes up and he says about the Christian thing. Listen, I'm a Christian, but Jeff, you're a f***ing idiot. He's an absolute idiot. He's so stupid. He has a pea brain. He has the brain of a pea. Do peas even have brains? Peas don't have brains.
Well, peas are actually vegetables, or at least food, and therefore do not have brains.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you for the Yale. See, at Wharton we talked about money every day. We never talked about peas. But at Yale they study peas. Well, okay. Who cares? Who cares? The bottom line is peas don't have brains. But this man has, if peas had brains, think about how small that brain would be. That's the brain this person has, Jeff Sessions. He's awful. He's so awful. He's so stupid. He says the Bible or fuck.
Whoa there now.
I'm sorry, Frank. It meant nothing by that.
It's all right.
I'm just imitating Sessions. Nothing to do. You're from Iowa, right? Sessions is probably from the Caribbean. I mean, God, the guy's so southern, it's unbelievable.
It's all right. I get it.
Okay. Jeff Sessions is awful. He brings in the Bible. If you're using the Bible, you can't use the Bible, okay? Because Jesus said love everybody. We love everybody. We do. But we're not going to let random people come into our country, folks. We're not going to let refugees come into the United States. Because these liberals act like it's only our problem. Refugees, immigration. They act like it's only the United States problem. Folks, it's not our problem. There's many other countries in the world that these people can go to. And they try come here. They tried coming to this country. I'm not going to allow it. If you want it to happen, don't vote for me again. I'm not going to allow it, because why are we allowing it, folks? You're letting them in. These refugees, that's why I did the halt on some of the Muslim countries. Well, okay, Middle Eastern countries. If I say Muslim, they chop my head off. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. We don't want refugees coming into the country. I personally don't. Because there's no proper way to vet them at all. There really isn't at all. And I'm not going to let potential harm doers into the country. And if you look at the statistics from the southern border of the illegal immigrants that come over, a lot of them are awful. And this is what I said at the campaign election. My first day, I said, they're drug dealers, they're rapists, they're awful people, they're not sending their best. And I got so much heat for that, and that's probably why I got a boost. I got a boost in media coverage, okay? Trump's running, listen to what he said about the racist things. Folks, that wasn't racist. It was the absolute truth. Mexico, why would they want to keep all these very, very violent people if they can just let them come over the border and do their thing in the United States? Folks, no more of that. We're not doing that anymore. We're cleaning house. We've caught so many people from MS-13. MS-13. They have military jets. It's unbelievable. Folks, they're more powerful than many countries in South America and in the world. And they're infiltrating. With us, we're taking them out by the thousands, okay? Thousands and thousands of these gangbangers, okay? We're taking them out. They think they're thugs. I'm thug life. I am the number one thug life person. We talked about Tupac. I bet you Tupac would say, Trump, you are the biggest thug life person. I'm the second place thug life person. Okay, Donald? They use these pictures from years and years ago, folks. And they bring it up like it's all me. I said one thing and now it's all my fault. I said, put the kids in the cages. Like, I can't like that. That's unbelievable. Folks, I love kids. I have kids. I have many kids. Barron, he's very young. I don't know how young, but he's young. He's young enough for me to know he's young. Okay? Listen. Why would I want to do that? Why would I just want to prevent this illegal immigration? It's so out of control, folks, that it's something like that. If they're doing that, then that's what we're going to have to do for a little bit. But I signed that executive order, and we ceased it all. And hopefully that works out. But at the end of the day, why would I want to do any of that?
You wouldn't there, Trump. And they're pissing me off at that bullshit trying to corner you with stupid-ass stories. And I tell you what, some of these liberals should be hung by their big toe until that thing falls off and they hit their head on the ground. I ain't talking about killing them, but maybe ripping their big toe off. You know what I'm saying, Trump? Something needs to be done about these liars on the TV screen. It's just making me sick. Fuck it. Frank fuckers.
Frank, that was a little overboard. But quite frankly, I'm not going to stop you from saying.
Well, thank you, Donald.
You can say whatever you want. I told you, we're saying whatever we want on this podcast.
I plan on it. Big toes.
Which brings me to the main thing that I wanted to talk about on this podcast today. We're going to talk about this. The meeting I had with North Korea. North Korea, a beautiful, now I know it's a beautiful, beautiful country, North Korea. I just want to hear thoughts from a normal American. So Frank and Cody, if you want to chime in, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, at the end of the day, you saved the world, Donald. You saved the world. I mean, a little bit of Dennis in there, but at the end of the day, who else? What other president gonna talk to that crazy fucker? That crazy Frank fucker? And Donald, I couldn't thank you more on behalf of my family and on behalf of my great-great-granddaddy that walked around with a peg leg flag, American flag. Not just any flag leg, an American flag. On behalf of him, who served in the Civil War and World War I. Do the math. He was old as hell in World War I. On behalf of my family and my whole generation, I just want to thank you for what you've done. Because we don't need more soldiers out there dying and losing legs like my granddaddy did.
Frank, you can move me to tears. I really don't cry. If I cry, they evaporate right away. My tears evaporate. I don't really cry. But if I could cry, I would cry from what you just said, Frank. You are phenomenal. You are a tremendous person. But you're dead right. You're so right. Listen, you'll never believe this, because the media won't cover this. We made a trailer, okay? It's a trailer. I told my team, I said, we're going to make a movie trailer, like a preview, like a movie preview, okay? And I'm going to, the Kim Jong-il, whatever, the last guy, and all of the Kims, they love American movies. They love American cinema. And I don't blame them. I love it too. So I make a movie trailer, and I basically showed him, listen, through the trailer, you can either be someone who destroys North Korea and literally isolates themselves from the world and everybody hates them, okay? Or you can be the person to turn it around for your country. And if you denuke, okay, and we avoid war, then you can be the person that slows it all down and honestly starts to have relationships with other countries, and your country will flourish. There's an alternative. You have to give these psychopaths an alternative, okay? Because obviously he's a psychopath. But I tell you what, he's got balls. Kim Jong Un has balls, and he's got a big dick, honestly. And I told him that. I actually told him that he's got a huge dick. Why is it blocking me? Cody, what's going on with this?
Well, it's blocking you because you're saying an unpleasant word, Mr. Trump.
Are you serious? It's gonna block me? Okay. It. Okay, whatever. We'll deal with the blockage. But I can tell you right now, I go up to Kim and listen. As soon as his interpreter walks away, we got a moment alone together. And I'm pretty certain he understands English a bit. Because I told him, I said, Kim, you are a tremendous leader. Your people love you, okay? And you have balls of steel with this nuclear stuff. I can't believe what you're doing. But I told him, Kim, you do not have a bigger dick than I do. You certainly do not. And he looked at me funny. And I said, Kim, you have, but I will give you this. You have the second biggest dick on earth. Because I clearly have the biggest dick, okay? And you have the second biggest one. Honestly. And I told him that. And I said, if you continue to think you have the biggest, we're going to have problems because I have to have the biggest dick. Because I'm DonEld Trump and I have a huge dick. By the way, I use the H. Huge. See, that's not a Y. Okay? It's not huge. What the hell is that? I could say hell, but not okay, apparently. What if I said Dick Cheney? See, that worked. I can say Dick Cheney. So you have the second. I told him he has the second biggest Cheney in the world. What is it? Why did it bleep Dick Cheney that time? And it just didn't do it now. What is the system, Cody?
Well, the system recognizes when you're using a name opposed to just a generally unacceptable word for our purposes. And if you can't say it on TV, you can't say it here with this system, of course.
Because it knew? It knew. Are you serious?
Yes, it's state of the art.
Let me test this. I have a big okay? Beep that. Let me just do this. Dick Cheney. It knew I was going to say Cheney. I couldn't even stop myself. I had to say Cheney. I had to follow through. It knew oh my gosh, it knew. This is an amazing technology. Watch this. Head. Okay, see? It blocked me. Dick Cheney. This is so... Dick Clark. Okay. I went to the bathroom and I pulled down my pants and I saw Dick Clark on the wall. I have a picture of Dick Clark in my bathroom. This system. Cody, give this to the NSA immediately. I can't believe it can predict what I'm going to say, even when I try not to say it. That is just amazing. And that's why we get fuckers. Okay? So you block that. Frank fuckers. This system is amazing. Wow, what an amazing system.
It is crazy.
Cody, give this to the end. Tell them you want this to go to the end. Excuse me?
Trump, you want to go this to the NSA.
What are you talking
That's the one.
Okay, well, obviously the NSA already has this. Can you believe, folks, did you just hear this person? Did you just hear? This is a Secret Service agent. Come here. Excuse me. Come here. I know I can't say your name. He doesn't want me to know his name. We can't say names, Secret Service. It's I point you, because they don't want to know. Nobody wants to know. These guys are like ghosts, okay? But just listen. Can you come closer to the mic? Come closer. Come on. Come here. Come here. Okay, it's fine. You're protecting me. I'm not gonna do anything. Excuse me. Come over here.
Come closer to the mic. Say something. Say like the sky is blue or something. Okay.
The sky is blue.
Say, you know what? No. Say, I love the United States.
I love the United States of America.
There it is, folks.
If you didn't hear that, you're insane. This man sounds a little bit like Obama. Not enough. I mean, not extremely, but enough to say, why did they do this to me? They purposely gave me. This is our head of. This is the head of the Secret Service. Okay, and this man sounds like Barack Obama. Can you believe this? This is just. I can't. I personally cannot believe this. They're doing this. Okay, I know what they're doing. It's a total disaster. Because every time I hear this man is trying to save my life, and every time I hear this man speak, I make a face like I just had a Sour Patch Kids. I just had a warhead, okay? I don't even like warheads. Warheads, some of them are good after 3 seconds. But that first 3 seconds, that's the face I make. He says, Donald, you're in danger. And I make the warhead face. And he says, Donald, what's going on? Are you having a stroke? And I said, no, you sound like Obama so much. And it's just, quite frankly, it's so awful. It's awful.
Mr. Trump, I advise you not to continue to speak about the Secret Service. It's a precaution.
Okay. They didn't want me to speak about the Secret Service. It's okay. It's okay. We'll talk about something. It's okay. Okay, speaking of warheads, back to North Korea. I saved the world, and the media comes up with some bad things to say. They come up with that awkward moment where I was like, let's eat while they're shooting us. We're looking thin. I don't know. I had to make a joke. It was awkward. No one was talking to me because no one speaks. I mean, I think a lot of them do speak English, but they were just toying with me, okay? Because they want to make me look stupid. But the whole point of it was successful. We hit it off. And believe me, I want to give a shout out to Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman, because they say Michael Jordan, they say LeBron. I think Dennis is up there now because he saved the absolute world. He saved the world. It's such a tremendous. I mean, Dennis. Okay. Dennis. It's weird. Quite frankly, it was weird when I heard that Dennis, I mean, I wasn't even president, but Dennis was going to visit North Korea. It was really weird. It was extremely weird. And he was like friends with the Kims, okay? And everybody said, what is going on? And he got death threats, and the media bashed him, everything. It was so bad. It was awful for a long time. And he didn't even know what was going on. And he told me that Kim Jong Un gained faith in Americans because of Dennis. Because Dennis kept his promises. And Dennis was a loyal, loving person. And he is. And I know Dennis from The Apprentice. I knew Dennis back in the 90s when they were winning with the Bulls. But he came on The Apprentice. And he was going through some bad times, obviously, for those Apprentice fans. You know, he was drinking off camera and everything. He was going through some bad times, and I had to fire him for it. And I wanted him to get help with it. But Dennis Rodman, and we were good friends because of it ever since then. And he came to me and he said, Donald, you have to talk to Kim. He's a reasonable person. And I said, Dennis, quit drinking. You're done with the booze. I told you you're done with the booze. And he said, Trump, I am so sober right now. It's unbelievable. Most sober I've ever been in my life. And I said, you're lying to me. You're probably on at least a pill. But if you're not drunk, I'll listen. And he said, fine, I'll take that. I'll accept that, Donald. But anyway, he said, Donald, talk to Kim. If you just talk to him, give him a call or whatever. And he will. He'll understand. And if you just, Donald. And then he told the same thing to Kim. He said, Kim, well, he told me that he told Kim, right? We're playing Chinese telephone, and that's not racist, by the way. That's not racist. We're playing, that was a game, okay? It's a game.
It's a bit of a microaggression. It's okay, though.
He's Korean anyway, so it doesn't even matter. In this context, it doesn't matter. China already hates me, okay? The Chinese people hate me already. But here we go. He told Kim, Donald will talk to you. Donald wants to talk. Donald, they'll work it out. And I said, okay, we're going to work it out. And so Dennis Rodman basically paid the wingman on this one and got us together. And believe me, it was an absolute blind date. It was a blind date because neither of us had any clue what the other was going to be. We probably both feared for our lives because he's a maniac. He probably thinks I'm a maniac. I'm a quite nice guy, and I think he's a nice guy. And it worked out because of Dennis Rodman. So thank you, Dennis. You're probably not listening to podcasts. I hope you're still sober. We haven't even talked since, but I will be calling Dennis and thanking him from the bottom of my heart because he really saved the world. Now, if Kim backs out of his deal, I heard rumors about North Korea bulking up now for some reason, which pisses me off. I think it's false. I think the media is trying to stir something here. But here we go. If Kim doesn't follow through with this, folks, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, obviously, you'll hear from me my thoughts on the developments in future weeks. But just know, future weeks we'll be talking about things. But I really hope he stays to his word. And that's a lot of it is to do with Dennis. And by the way, listen, Secret Service, give Dennis a green. He gets a green pass. He gets the pass into the wedding. He can come here anytime. He can go to the bowling alley, go to the movies, and that's perfect. Give him the pass.
Y'all got a movie theater in the White House, like a full-on theater there.
Oh, of course we have a movie theater in here. Of course we do, and we actually have a movie theater. Well, the theater is beautiful. I think Truman built it here. Listen, I don't know who built. Each president builds something. Believe me, I already demolished the basketball court from Obama. There's nothing to do with that. I love basketball. But also, by the way, Steph Curry and all of them people, them. They are just so disrespectful. Listen, I love the NBA. I love basketball. I've made a few free throws myself. Okay? Barron he's a great player. But at the end of the day, if you're going to disrespect the White House and what the White House means, okay, you can disagree with my policies. Believe me, they went to see George Bush, a lot of them. They went to see Obama. They disagreed with policies, okay? And they don't even know the policies, okay? They don't know. Because Obama, think about this. No one ever disagreed or gave Obama a hard time because he's a great speaker. He sounds like Jesus. He sounds probably... you know what? Jesus probably would have voted for Obama. This is how good this man can speak. He's a great speaker. That doesn't mean his policies are great. That doesn't mean anything else is great, okay? Believe me. His not so big, even though he's half black. So he probably got the other half down low under the belt. They don't say anything against Obama. He had awful policies, a lot of policies that were awful. He didn't do anything for anything. Really, he didn't do anything. And so for them to say now against me because I'm not a good speaker or I speak my mind, okay, I say things that are controversial, then they don't like it, okay? I don't get that. And therefore, if they don't like the experience of coming to the White House, then they're not going to come. We're going to stop doing it. We're going to stop doing it. And by the way, you think I have time? You think I want to make time to do the sports thing? It's so stupid. But here we go. I don't really keep track of who built what, okay, so I don't know what was built by. I'm assuming it's Truman, but I always think it's Truman because T-R-U-M, okay, a great 4 letters to start your name with, okay? So Truman's one of my favorites. I don't really know what else he did, even if he did that, because obviously he's not the best president. I think obviously it goes Abe Lincoln and then myself. But we'll see. Maybe I could surpass Abe. But Abe has a huge thing under his belt, and we all know. We all know what Abe did. And of course, he got killed. Okay, so maybe if I get killed, I'll be the best president ever. I don't want to get killed, though. I think we have a good chance. Right, Secret Service. We have a. I'm not.
Mr. President, as you
Okay.
continue to speak about us.
Well, so Truman built the theater, probably. Who knows? But it's beautiful. Obviously, it's updated. It's really state of the art. And we watch a movie a week. I do a movie a week with Barron.
Well, that's nice of you, Donald. What the little fella got to see movies. What movie did you see this week? What'd you screen this week? I love movies myself.
Well, we watched Infinity War. We watched Infinity War this week. It's amazing.
Oh, I love Infinity War. I mean, I love Marvel in general.
Oh, of course.
the Avengers, those are the best movies ever made, in my opinion.
What's your favorite? Who's your favorite superhero, Frank?
Favorite superhero? Tough
From
one.
Infinity War, from the movie.
Oh, I'd say probably Black Widow.
Are you serious, Frank?
I mean, she kicks ass and she's hot.
Are you that horny, Frank? Are you that horny? Are you just like are you an activist? Okay, you picked Black Widow. Why would you pick? Okay, Black Widow's okay and all, but she's not. I mean, she kicks ass, though. She does. She really does kick ass. But I have a feeling
Mr. Trump, it's because
she's not. Okay,
it's because she's a woman.
it's not about the woman thing. It's not the woman-man thing. But
I
I
doubt
think
it.
there's just other powerful heroes, okay?
Yeah.
My favorite is Iron Man, obviously, because Downey and I are very good friends. And also, he's a billionaire that decides to be a superhero. And I kind of did that with this presidency. I'm a billionaire. I'm a real superhero, to be honest. Obviously, Iron Man's fake, okay? Sorry. If there's any kids listening, I'm sorry. Iron Man's fake. By the way, if there's kids listening, thank you. And thank your parents so much, because you're really getting an education on this podcast. So, good for you, kid. Not you, Cody. You're not a kid anymore, okay? Stop acting like it.
I never said it, and you're pretty much bullying me now.
I'm sorry, Cody. This is why. No, I have to assert my dominance against you, Cody, because I just want to set the tone for future weeks. I didn't say anything crazy today, did I? No, I didn't.
Always.
So stop it.
I didn't even.
You're not even doing it. I know you're not even doing it. I know. Okay.
I'm not.
Cody, just shut up, okay?
Fine.
So, Frank,
Fine.
you picked Black Widow. I picked Iron Man. By the way, Iron Man would kick Black Widow's ass. But, no, listen, Frank. What was your favorite part about the movie? Give me your favorite part from the movie. Because we watched Infinity War. I watched Infinity War with Baron. Baron is a huge fan. Baron loves Marvel. He loves them all. And Baron loves Spider-Man. And I told him, I said, Baron, isn't it a little weird? Spider-Man, isn't it a little weird? Flying around shooting webs out of your wrist, okay? Spiders don't do that. Okay, they shit the webs. That comes right out of their ass, really. Isn't it? That's how spiders do it. That's what I think. It doesn't come out of their wrist. Believe me, they have 8 wrists.
Actually, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this reboot of Spider-Man, he has a device that he wears on his wrist that shoots. It doesn't actually come out of his wrist like in previous films.
Cody, go off. But the Spider-Man thing is okay. I understand because Baron's a kid. Spider-Man's this one was very young. Okay, very very young, in high school. Well, probably. You had other actors that were older. Okay.
Yes, Tobey Maguire in 2002, and the reboot with Andrew Garfield in 2020.
So anyway, what's your favorite part?
Oh man, that's a tough one again, Donald. I've been thinking about it, but if I had to pick, I'd probably pick when Thor goes to that crazy, I think it's like Nidalee or something like that. I don't know, it's a crazy fucking name. But he goes there and they build the Stormbreaker, which is a bit much, by the way. But they build that and whatever. And he comes and you think he's going to die from the power of that sun and everything. And then he comes out of nowhere in that big white tunnel in the middle of Wakanda. And he comes in there to Wakanda and he's whooping ass. And he says, bring me Thanos. And he jumps up and in the sky and zaps all the crazy fucking aliens and all that. Oh, that's a pretty badass part there.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Of course, that is amazing part.
Flies up there and
Oh, he
everything.
comes and he summons the Bifrost.
That's called, yeah.
Because the big dwarf dude, okay, he's a big weird
Right,
dwarf.
yeah.
I don't even know. He's like a dwarf.
Weird as
He's
hell.
He's the dude from, okay, I almost swore. It's going to beat me. Fuck. Say it's going to beat me.
Me too.
But he's the dude from Game of Thrones. And I don't even watch Game of Thrones. And I know he's the guy from Game of Thrones. But so this person, the big dwarf, he says, in theory, it could summon the Bifrost, okay? It's going to summon the Bifrost. We all knew it was going to summon the Bifrost. Of course it's going to summon the Bifrost. And he comes in and he says, bring me Thanos. And he jumps in the air and he zaps everybody. What an amazing scene. Now, that scene, like I said, I don't really cry, but I could have cried.
My little girl cried, but that's probably because she wanted to see Ocean's 8. And I said, hell no, we're seeing Avengers. Why not? Damn.
I'm sure people in the theater would have cried. No one was in the theater besides me and Baron because Melania doesn't know what the hell's going on. She barely speaks English, let alone watching a movie like that. No, we don't put subtitles, believe me. I'm not going to put whatever language she speaks subtitles up. We're just going to watch it straight up. I said, Melania, you're not a Marvel fan. Just stop it. Me and Baron are going to watch it. So me and Baron watched it in the theater alone. Of course, Secret Service everywhere. Okay, yeah, like they are here. But and I'm sure they got to watch it, but they don't watch. They're like robots. They're like robots. No, they watch their surroundings. And so, anyway, Baron and I are watching it, and we're sitting there. And I said, Baron, this is an amazing movie. And he said, Dad, shut up. He told me to shut up. Can you believe that? Anyone else on Earth tell me to shut up, it would be a bad thing. But Baron says shut up, and I said, Baron, you're right. You're right. We're watching a movie, and I shouldn't say anything. I like talking a lot, and he knows that, so he tells me to shut up. What an amazing kid. He's a genius. But no, but you know what? What I realized with these superhero movies, there's so many plot holes. There's so many plot. I mean, they know that. They know that. The Russo brothers, great friends of mine, and they know you can't because they would have beat Thanos' ass. Thanos, whatever. They would have beat his ass for certain, without a doubt, because there's so many things that could have happened that did not happen.
I mean, what about this? Where the hell was the military? I mean, you're talking worldwide, but specifically United States. I mean, if you had 300 guys with AKs at the end there in Wakanda, they would have just took out all those aliens. I mean, think about stealth bombers coming in and just bombing the hell out of them. I mean, where the hell was the military? They could have stopped all of that. You know, Thanos ain't shit compared to U.S. military.
Oh, Frank, I thought of that right away. You're so right. I mean, if this was me, okay, I don't know who was president of the MCU, but if this was me, yeah, I don't care if it's in Wakanda. First of all, in New York, that wouldn't have happened, okay? We would have been there so quick, so much quick. I mean, Spider-Man was in a school bus, and he got there quicker than the military. That's a joke. Listen, if this was me happening here, okay, on Earth, Wakanda calls. Okay, I think Wakanda could handle theirs. That's another thing. They could have handled themselves a lot better, okay? But if this was me, I call, we destroy that. We absolutely destroy. Then I call Elon, and I say, Elon, we're going to find out where they came from, and we're going to nuke. Maybe that's what we'll do with Kim Jong Un's nukes, okay? I'll say, let me get the nukes. And we'll give them to Elon, and Elon will just blow their planets to hell. That way this will never happen again.
Oh, you got that right, Trump. Under Trump, we'll kick that ass. Kick that ass. But seriously, I just think there's a lot of stuff that they could have thought through a little more, you know?
Right. What about this? When they're on the ship and it's Tony Stark and then it's Spider-Man and then Doctor Strange's cloak. And Doctor Strange, of course. And they say, can you get us back to Earth? He says, Tony, can you get us back to Earth? And why didn't he just use a little ring of fire and get them back, right? They're portholes, essentially. Maybe they can't porthole out of the Earth, okay? But wouldn't you think they could? Wouldn't you think they could? I don't know. Maybe they couldn't. Also, speaking of Doctor Strange, something was up with the Time Stone. He says, you have to understand, if it comes to if it comes to saving you or the kid, meaning Spider-Man, or the Time Stone, I won't let, okay, I know the line. He said, I won't hesitate to let either of you die, because the universe depends on it. And then he gives the Time Stone so easily to Thanos.
Well, you remember that Doctor Strange, he was like meditating or doing whatever, and he had like a vision where there's like 15 or 16 million outcomes of like the war with Thanos. And he said that there's only one way to that they win. Because Tony says, how many do we win? And he said one. So I think he knew something that everybody else didn't know, obviously.
Oh, okay. You're right about that. You're right about that. Okay, he saw the vision and he knew which route was going to work. But why didn't he explain that to Tony? Or, I don't know. I just feel like still that because he says, spare his life and I'll give you the time stone. And then Tony says, or no, Thanos says, no tricks. And believe me, that means there's a trick. And he pulls it out of a star. He pulls the stone right out of a star. And he floats it over. That could easily be a fake stone, but I mean, it worked. It worked. He turned back time and ripped the right out of Vision's head. By the way, Vision should have fought better. Okay, I know that. Okay, he said the blade stopped them from face shifting, but why didn't Vision zap him in the face? Okay, with the zapper, right? Didn't he use the stone? I remember him doing that from Civil War. He used it and he zapped. That's how he zapped Don Cheadle. By the way, Don Cheadle, great person. I love Don. Okay, well, Cody, you've been pretty quiet. You seem to know a lot about Spider-Man. Do you watch Infinity War? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Well, Mr. Trump, I've been quiet because, quite frankly, you've been ridiculing me. And it sickens me to even use your phrase, quite frankly.
Oh, sickens him. Unbelievable.
But what I will say about Infinity War is that many people in the United States have been comparing you to Thanos. I would like to hear your thoughts on that, sir.
Okay, first of all, Cody, please relax because I can just destroy you. I want you to stay on the show, Cody. I'd like to see you here next week and other weeks, many weeks ahead. Many, okay? But you need to count. It's not sick. First, quite frankly, I don't appreciate you using quite frankly. So I just wanted to address that first. We don't want to brush right over that, right, Cody? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. But now I have heard the rumors about me and Thanos, okay? Here's the thing. It's unbelievable to me that I have to justify myself. I have to justify myself and say that I am not for genocide. These liberals, they make me the news and the media. It's gotten to the point where I have to come out and make a statement that I'm not for killing half the universe. Can you believe this? This is unreal. Okay, Thanos is obviously a terrible, awful person. Okay, or whatever he is. I think he's some kind of mutant person. Okay, but let's be honest. He makes some sense. He knows. Listen, he talks a little bit of sense about killing half the universe. I mean, with the resources, I get it. But on Earth, we don't have that problem. Okay, because we're gonna plateau. The population will plateau. We're gonna make everything great. And in America, what I'm worried about right now is America, and we're fine. We have plenty of space and resources. Okay, and there's no need to kill half the people. He's bringing up good issues, but his whole method is off. Okay, and to compare me to this person, I mean, Thanos is weak. Honestly, I think he's mentally weak. Okay, he's strong. He's a strong person. He's like immortal. Okay, but you give 2 mics to us, get us up on the debate stage, and I will destroy him because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just irrational. Okay, because he has a big army and everything. He's irrational, and quite frankly, I think, and there it is, Cody. Quite frankly, no one says it like me. Don Jr.'s close. Okay. But honestly, I would say I will give Thanos the 3rd biggest in the universe. I will give that to him. And I wonder how Kim thinks of it, but it doesn't matter. He's 3rd place. Kim's still ahead. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. And honestly, Cody, if that's coming from you, I don't appreciate it. But I have seen it on Twitter. People putting my face, photoshopping my face on Thanos. And listen, I haven't had muscles like that since I was 20, right? Okay. So, but anyway, Infinity War, what a great thing. Many people don't like the ending. The ending was just, it was sad. But really, it felt like the first part of a movie. It felt like a first half of a movie. And I can't We'll be in the White House still for the second part. We'll be watching the second part. Maybe Frank, you can come over if you're a big fan. Let me know. You can come over. Right? They'll let him in. Secret Service. Obama. You'll let him in, right? Won't you?
Well, I'm also president. I don't find that funny.
Okay, come on. Listen, how awful is it that he sounds like Obama? How awful is that? Can anybody believe that Obama? Can you hear that man speak anymore? His voice, unbelievable. It's awful. It's awful.
Donald, I gotta tell you, it's been killing me ever since you brought that up. I voted for Obama.
Frank, leave the show right now. Leave.
All
leave
right,
the show.
Mr.
No,
Frank.
I'm kidding.
Are you serious?
I'm kidding.
You sure?
It doesn't matter. If you voted for Obama, that's fine. Listen, I was a Democrat before. I understand what you're saying. Listen, I might have voted for Obama, right? But I didn't. Quite frankly, I didn't vote. I wrote in myself. But the problem is this. Obama ran against, first of all, who's the first guy he ran against? Remind me.
John McCain.
Okay, John McCain.
Yes.
John McCain. Isn't it John McCain, the first election?
Yes,
It
there
was
said
John
that.
McCain.
Yes.
The first time around. Then he runs against Romney. Listen, he runs against John McCain, and those comments I made, I think John McCain's on the verge of death. Okay, those comments I made about John McCain, when I said I like war heroes who weren't captured. Do I regret those comments? I don't, because I don't regret them because of, I just said it, okay? Because the media wants me to regret it, and I don't want to give them any leeway at all. I would have phrased it differently. Let me put it that way. I would have phrased it differently. If I could go back in time, I would say something else.
I hear you out, Trump. I mean, I couldn't vote for John. It was a show, really.
He was awful. Awful. I mean, the man was like 95 years old, and he's probably like 120 now.
That math doesn't add up. It's 81 now.
Oh, come on. Okay, Yale. Excuse me. Cody, excuse me. You're here to say productive thing. We're going to have a talk after this podcast, Cody, and you better show up next week with your game face on. You better come next week with much, much better things to say. You're just correcting me on the stupidest things.
Sure was stupid.
Who cares if I'm off 10 years?
Simple
You're just
math.
making fun of John McCain. Let me make fun of John McCain. Did you vote for John McCain? Cody, I know you didn't vote for John. You voted for Obama. I know you did.
Actually, it was under 18.
Okay, you couldn't vote. Okay.
Couldn't.
Excuse me. Just excuse me.
Why does it upset you?
Cody, stop.
It's the
You're
facts.
not talking. You're done talking the rest of the time. I'm done. But no, Frank, I don't blame you because John McCain was awful, awful, awful. And Mitt Romney, quite frankly, is terrible. The man is so stupid and weak. I endorsed him only because I didn't want Obama again, quite frankly, because Obama doesn't like me. And Obama isn't even Obama. He's a puppet from the special interests and all the billionaires and billions of dollars, even trillions, some of these families, believe me. And I don't want to say too much about that because they have too much money, too much power. Okay? And I'm good friends with some of them. But Obama wasn't even Obama. He did whatever, okay? He did, okay, they said, Obama, say this. He said, okay, I'll say that. That's not what I do, folks. But Mitt Romney would have been a little better, but still awful. Still a terrible person. Mitt Romney versus Obama is really the reason I decided. I said this is going to happen every 4 years where we have two people that are awful, that will not do anything for the country. And folks, it's tough. It's tough to do things for the country. But I try. I'm a trier. We haven't had a trier since FDR. Believe me. Nobody. Maybe JFK, he tried. But he tried too hard and got killed. Can you believe that? Anyway. Basically what I'm saying about this. I endorsed Romney. Only because he begged me. When somebody gets on their knees and says, Donald, it's hard for me to say no. It really is hard for me to. Sometimes I have said no to people on their knees with tears in their eyes. I say, no, get up off your knees, clean those tears off your cheek. You're disgusting. You're awful. You're an awful person. You're weak. I haven't cried since I was a baby. Okay, seriously, probably 3 years old was the cap for me. My father said, Donald, after 3 you didn't cry at all. Seriously, it was unbelievable. And the only reason you ever cried was because I took money away from you. I used to let you count money, and when I took the money back, you'd cry. Okay, you'd have shit in your pants. you didn't eat, maybe I didn't feed you, whatever, you wouldn't cry. You'd give me the mean mug face. And you'd only cry for that. And so I said, Dad, you got that damn right. But this time when I lose money, I don't cry because I really don't lose money anymore. But if I did lose a little bit of money, I might cry. But I haven't in decades, okay? So we'll see. Maybe I'll lose money over these years, but I think Don Jr. and Ivanka, they're doing amazing jobs. And Eric, of course. But anyway, it still amazes me about this Kim Jong Un thing. We saved the world, but also that the two guys with the biggest saved the world. I mean, you could maybe put Ahmadinejad as another leader with a big but that's just not fair. For a white man and an Asian man to have the two biggest, that is just unprecedented. And no, that's not racist. That's not racist. Asians are they statistically have smaller penises. What is it? Penisi? Is it like cactuses? Cactusi? Or cacti? Okay. Cody, you can finally talk again. Cody, go ahead, talk.
It's penises, sir.
It's penises, isn't it? You know a lot about that.
That's homophobic.
Oh my gosh.
Why would you say that?
I'm not saying, you just know a lot about it.
You're making a joke at the expense of the LGBT community.
Maybe you studied penises. You studied biology, okay, at Yale. That wasn't... Folks, if I wanted to be homophobic, I would be homophobic. And why is it homophobic? Why isn't it, like, when you say racist, why isn't it gayist, okay? It's homophobic. It's like you're scared. It's like blackophobic. You wouldn't be blackophobic, okay? You wouldn't be. You would just not like the blacks.
Please use a different word.
Okay, what am I supposed to say? The African Americans? Are they even from... A lot of these people aren't even from Africa. I have black friends that would say, they're not even from Africa. I'm an American. Why am I African American? Morgan Freeman said this, I think. Something along those lines. Why am I an African American? I'm just an American. Let's stop talking about the race, folks. They called me racist for not wanting to talk about race or not being politically correct and walking around people's race. Listen, we are who we are. We're all people. We're evolved monkeys. It's unbelievable when they talk about you have to be respectful to this, respectful to that. Listen, I'm a kind-hearted person. But we don't need to talk about it. When I'm working with a black person, we're not working with a black person, white person. We're two people working. And that's what we need to work toward, folks.
I personally like that a lot, Trump. That's just inspiring to hear that from you, Mr. President. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. You are a gem. I'm just going to test the system one more time. Okay? Dick Cheney. Giant Big Dick Clark. Oh my gosh. Big Dick Clark. It's like, that could be a nickname, right? Big Dick Clark. That big Okay. Okay, when I said it alone, it did it. Big Dick. Now it's going to do that. Big Dick Clark. Listen. Dick. How does it know which dick is which dick? Cody, can you tell me about these dicks? What are we doing about the dicks? Dick Cheney. Okay. Alright, I'm done having fun with you, Cody. Listen, Cody, whoever you like, if you're attracted to men, women, or any genders in between or above or below, I don't know all the genders. There's too many colors on the flag this time around. I don't know. But whoever, I love you, Cody. Cody, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to give you a hard time. But just know, Cody, I love the gays. I love the blacks. I love whatever you are. Okay? Doesn't matter. We don't need to label. You're a person, right? You're a person. So I love you. And by the way, I've loved my enemies. I love Kim Jong Un. He's a fucking savage, and he's an absolute maniac. Absolute maniac, and his country's out of control. But I love him. I love people, folks. I'm a loving person. So I just want to say, it's been great talking. I have to go. Honestly, I can't go too much longer than this. It's been a great day. Today I'm just warming up. Listen, I was just rambling. We're going to have some topics next week. We're going to have an organized topic thing that get going. We're going to do something. because we're going to make the podcast better and better and better every week. So if you're loving the podcast, and believe me, if you made it over an hour into this thing, you loved it, you're listening to it, maybe you're at work just listening to it in the background, it's a good time. It really is, and it's informative. Now you know more about me, and of course Frank Fuckers and Cody, whoever the hell knows his last name. If you loved it, go ahead and subscribe. We're doing it every Tuesday. Trumpcast every Tuesday because Luke Corns does Tuesday. Tuesday's a great day. We're going to post every Tuesday. We post a podcast, and we're going to talk about so many things. If you want to hear me talk about certain things, go down and comment. You comment down low and tell me, please talk about this. If you hate me, that's fine too. Talk shit in the comments. The more comments we get, the more views we get, because we'll rank, folks. If you want to talk shit, go ahead and talk shit. If you don't like me, go ahead and say it. And say it a lot, and get in debates down there, because I want more comments. I want a lot of comments, and I want subscribers. Subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe, and you're going to get probably an email. I don't know. I've never subscribed to anybody, but I think you get an email. Right. You get an email, and you're going to say, every Tuesday we have these. And throughout the week, we're going to be posting little tidbits that you heard. If you already listened to this whole thing, you've heard it all. But we're going to do tidbits, and we're going to, because that's how we clickbait. We're going to clickbait everybody, and that's how we're going to do this. And so you're going to have other videos, but just know that every Tuesday, the new material is going to come out. So please subscribe and tell your friends, share this with your friends. Folks, we're reaching Americans. We need to reach everybody and other people, other countries. Go ahead. If you're from India, if you're from China, if you're from Indonesia, if you're from Bangkok, that's Thailand, isn't it? Right? If you're from Japan, Tokyo, that's the same thing too. Why am I going Asian? Okay, let's go Peru, let's go Bolivia. Shout out to Canada, France, Italy, Germany, North Korea. Maybe they probably won't be able to, but South Korea, maybe whatever. Okay, Australia, New Zealand. I can do this all day, folks. Belize, okay, believe me. We can do these countries. I'm a world traveler. I love the countries. So wherever you're from, please subscribe, listen to this every week, and comment. Whether you like me or not, comment. But whether you like me or not, give me a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up. Why not? If you give the thumbs down, I don't care. I don't really care. But give the thumbs up, okay? Because we're on YouTube. We want to stay true to the YouTube platform. I love you all. My name is Donald with an E. Remember that. But I am the President of the United States. From the Oval Office, Donald J. Trump. Let's do this. Hit me up next Tuesday. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Cody.
Donald, it's been a pleasure.